Tonight, the moment a man accused of sexual assault in Epping was arrested.
It's now 17:50 and I'm arresting you on suspicion of sexual assault on a female under 16 years old.
A court has shown video of Hadushka Batu moments after he was handcuffed and accused of trying to kiss and touch a 14-year-old girl. He denies all the charges. Also on the programme, a family's frustration. Dina Collins died of a blood clot 3 years ago. Relatives say their 3-year wait for an inquest is unacceptable.
We haven't even been able to cancel her passport.
Nothing, because we don't have a death certificate. And so to be told it will be sometime in 2026 is not even a guarantee it will be in the first half of the year.
Electrifying the Thames, the river gets its first charging pontoon and
1.21 gigawatts! Great God! What the hell is a gigawatt?
The Doctor will see us now. Brian Connolly is here to tell us about his latest West End role. Good evening. A court has been shown video of the moment an asylum seeker from the Bell Hotel in Epping was handcuffed by police, accused of sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl. The alleged incident sparked protests and counter-protests, first in Epping, then across the country. Hadushka Batu denies all the charges against him. Anna Geary reports.
It's now 17:50 and I'm arresting you on suspicion of sexual assault on a female under 16 years old.
Footage of Hadushka Batu was played in court this afternoon, showing his arrest on suspicion of sexual assault of a 14-year-old girl.
Come over here, I need to search you. Don't cry, it's going to be okay. Come step onto the pavement so I've got a little bit more room. You can leave your shoes on, it's okay. Step onto the pavement here. No, stand up. Stand up.
Today is the second day in the trial of Kabatu, a man who gave his age as 38. The court heard from friends of Kabatu's alleged victim, boys who claimed they saw him tell the girl she should come back to Africa as she would be a good wife. They say he repeatedly asked the teenager for kisses. Kabatu also arrived in court today to hear another woman accusing him of putting his hand on her thigh. She alleges she later saw him sat with a girl in school uniform and confronted him before he ran away. Then she says she phoned police. The defendant faces 5 charges, all of which he denies. The case has sparked anti-immigration protests in recent weeks outside the Bell Hotel in Epping, where Kabatu has been living. Last week, the council successfully argued that the hotel was in breach of planning rules, since it is only housing asylum seekers. It means its inhabitants are due to be removed by September the 12th. But tomorrow, both the owner of the Bell Hotel and the Home Office will challenge that decision. Anna Geary, ITV News.
Next tonight, it's been nearly 3 years since Dina Collins died of a heart attack caused by an undiagnosed blood clot, one day after being discharged from the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Greenwich. But her family can't fully grieve their loss because the inquest into the 28-year-old's death has been delayed again until 2026. They've now started a petition calling for changes to the system so Dina gets the dignity she deserves. They've been speaking to Cafe Pata.
You just wanted to be around her. There was just something about her that you'd always want to be in her presence. It never, ever crossed our minds that we would be sat here talking to you and she not be here.
It was in this house where Dina grew up. Happy memories, now replaced with memories of her death.
She collapsed in the family home that we've grown up in. My dad performed CPR in his daughter and we were called, we came back, we were both at work, we tried to get here. And although she was pronounced dead at the hospital, it was pretty apparent that she was probably already gone here.
I mean, her dad wouldn't come here now because he's the one that tried to save her that morning, and he blames himself. I blame myself because I think maybe I should have questioned them more, but I trusted them. So there's an awful lot of guilt.
All this was caused by a missed blood clot, an error on the part of Queen Elizabeth Hospital. In a statement, the NHS Trust said, following Dina's death, we undertook a full and thorough review of her care, which has been shared with her family. It is very difficult for us to comment any further ahead of the adjourned coroner's inquest, but we continue to offer the Collins family our sincere condolences and are here to offer any support they may need. The response from the NHS Trust, what do you make of that?
I would say that serious incident report admitted mistakes and said that the outcome could have been different.
It's in black and white.
It's in black and white.
Her outcome.
The meeting with them
yeah.
admitted mistakes, and I don't understand this whole putting barriers up and making it harder for families when they know they've done wrong. Why are they hiding behind a coroner's court?
In deaths like these, an inquest is often held and a death certificate later issued. But in Dina's case, despite nearly 3 years of badgering, there's been no inquest, no death certificates, just more pain, more waiting.
She still gets polling cards to the house because technically she's still alive. We haven't been able to use the tell all once service to...
We haven't even been able to cancel her passport.
Nothing, because we don't have a death certificate. And so to be told it will be sometime in 2026, there's not even a guarantee it will be in the first half of the year.
The coroner's office told us they do not comment on individual cases. For Dina's family, they know nothing will bring her back. The next best thing for them is closure. Kath Opata, ITV News.
An ice cream vendor suffered catastrophic injuries when he was attacked from behind and repeatedly stabbed on the ground, the Old Bailey has heard. 41-year-old Shazad Khan was allegedly set upon by Zaha Zarur in Monks Park in Wembley last Tuesday evening. The 26-year-old was arrested at his home in Brent the following day and charged with murder and possession of a blade. He's been remanded in custody, awaiting trial next April. Paul Gallagher, older brother of Oasis stars Liam and Noel, has appeared in court charged with rape. The 59-year-old from East Finchley has been charged with multiple offences which are alleged to have taken place between 2022 and 2024. And a 15-year-old boy and a 54-year-old man have been released on bail after they were arrested on suspicion of arson with intent to endanger life. It follows a fire at a restaurant on Friday evening. A former head teacher is using her status to call for changes in funding for special educational needs. Sarah Donnelly resigned her post after having to make what she says were impossible decisions about pupils' education and to make sure her own daughter Ava, who is autistic and has ADHD, was getting the right support. She signed an open letter to the government calling for urgent reform. Joe Koshan reports.
Does he sit?
Playing with her autism support dog, Ozzy, 10-year-old Ava doesn't have the dread of going back to school next week. Her mum Sarah made the decision in March to take her out of mainstream education because she was struggling to get the right support.
It made me feel upset, overwhelmed and angry because it's just not great. The hall was very noisy, you got people shouting. You have to sit on these really horrible hard chairs. It's just not a good environment to stay in.
Since she started homeschooling, Ava's been thriving. An aspiring gymnast, she won a talent show performing in front of hundreds of people, something Sarah would never have believed was possible.
She's just spent the last couple of years thinking she's rubbish at everything. Her self-esteem was through the floor because everything they do in school doesn't come as easily to her. She learns in a different way, and not in a way that they're teaching in mainstreams. So to go from feeling like she's useless at everything to then being a superstar on stage and being recognised for something that she is so incredible at was really something special.
But seeing other children with additional needs facing the same issues Ava did prompted Sarah to resign from her job as a head teacher. She's now joined several other school leaders who have written to the Education Secretary calling for major changes like mandatory teacher training and more funding to improve the SEN system.
Most teachers don't have actual training in autism and learning disabilities. They don't have the knowledge they need. But in order for schools to get the training in, it costs money. And where does the money come from?
In response, a Department for Education spokesperson told us we are laying the groundwork for reform to ensure all children have the help they need, from more early intervention in mainstream schools through to £740 million of investment to create more specialist places, something Sarah hopes will ensure every child, like Ava, can land on their feet. Joe Caution, ITV News, Bexley.
Still to come on the programme.
Hey, Doc, we better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88. Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Back in the West End, in Back to the Future, Brian Connolly is here, along with co-creator Bob Gale, to tell us why the show and the movie are still so popular. And the hidden gem of Pimlico, the photography shop that's thriving in a digital world. But before that, the electrification of the Thames continues at a pace, with the first pontoon charging station in place at Fulham Reach Boat Club. Each year, more than 9 million passengers and 3 million tonnes of cargo are estimated to be transported on the river, so making it more environmentally friendly can't come soon enough, as Toby Sadler reports.
No pollution, and the only sound is the water rushing by.
There, we've got a nice little readout here, so we've got 70% of battery left. That'll keep us going for 4 hours.
Going electric is perfect for the coaches at Fulham Reach Boat Club.
The most important thing is being able to coach without a megaphone. Before 7 a.m. we're not allowed to use megaphones anyway. A lot of the kids come down before school, 6 o'clock in the morning. So to get out and not disrupt the people around us, with how quiet the engine is, it's a real pleasure to coach from.
The Thames by Hammersmith Bridge is busy. There are over 30 clubs on this part of the river, a mixture of rowing, kayaking and sailing, all using petrol-powered boats. Fulham Reach Boat Club wants that to change. They've installed this charging point, the first on the river, and open to the other clubs and the public if they're about to run out of power.
We want to lead the charge here by switching over to electric. We've got one of our boats up and running and switched over, but we've got a fleet of 4 boats here that we want to transition over. And by doing that, we would be removing 14,000 kilograms of CO2 from our emissions every year. That's about the equivalent of manufacturing a new car or heating and cooling a house for a year. So it's a respectable amount of CO2 that we'll be removing.
Some of the money for it comes from the Port of London Authority through its Thames Environment Fund.
We invite community clubs, sports clubs, charities, universities to apply, and we fund a myriad of projects from improving biodiversity to electric launches like this.
The goal is for the 95 miles of tidal Thames to be carbon neutral by 2040, so larger vessels will also have to go green. So boats like the electric Orbit Thames Clipper and the electric Silver Raven tourboat will soon be familiar sights on the river. Toby Sadler, ITV News.
Now, there are a few movies that are more beloved by generations, like Back to the Future. So it's hard to believe it took 35 years for it to be adapted for the stage. Now, one of the West End's biggest names has started his 12-week run as Dr. Emmett Brown. Before we meet Brian Connolly and the Oscar-nominated co-creator and writer of the franchise, Bob Gale, a quick reminder, like we need it, of a classic creation. It never gets old. Brian and Bob, welcome to you both. What an honour.
Thank you. Thank you.
Brian, how are you getting on? You're about 2 weeks into your run at the Adelphi.
I am indeed. I'm loving every moment of it. It's just such a wonderful show to be part of. Of course, it is celebrating 4 years now, and over 2 million people have come to see the show. in London's glittering West End, and just to be part of it and to be part of the family. And to be honest, just to be sitting next to Bob is more than anything. You know, we can't underestimate how important this man is to what the show is and what the movie is.
A movie-making legend.
He wrote it.
Bob, were you familiar with the national treasure that is this gentleman?
Lie.
Of course.
Take it, Bob. Take it.
But it's a tough part for him, isn't it?
It's a tough part for anybody. There's lots of words. There's lots of physicality. All Back to the Future is full of lots of physical humor as well as verbal humor. And the interesting thing about it is that much of it is actually played seriously straight. And so the fun is the audience is finding it funny that the characters are taking all this stuff seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, 1.21 gigawatts. I mean, you have to take that seriously.
They're in on the joke, but your character's not necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, it is, you've got to play it for real. You're telling the story, the best story ever written, so it is important that the comedy comes out of that rather than
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like you said, I've probably got the best opening in the whole of
in the whole theater, how Doc Brown enters.
How does he enter?
In the show. This is worth the price of admission to see how we do this. But
well, I think you're alluding to some of the special effects because lots of people have been talking about this, that what you do with lights and fireworks and projections to get the DeLorean to 88 miles per hour. People are saying this is quite special for the West End.
It's quite special for anywhere. We have it in the West End. We have it in Tokyo right now. We have it on, I just came from the cruise ship, Royal Caribbean. We're doing it there. And it is stagecraft, next level stuff. And we had the best team of folks to figure this stuff out because I'm writing the script and I'm thinking, how are we going to do this? I don't know. I just write it. You figure it out.
Brian, what's it like as a performer being amongst all that stagecraft? Is it unlike anything you've done in the West End before?
You just know you're taking that audience to somewhere they've never been before. That level of production, it's a spectacular, as well as telling, it ticks every box. It's a big, big family show and it will blow you away. If you think about that car, that DeLorean, and they have to, you have to imagine as an audience that car is going 88 miles per hour so that it can go through time, and you're thinking, well, it's a static car on the stage. How are they going to do that? You have to see it to believe it. It will blow you away. And that's what it did. I was a fan of the movie. I came to see the show and Roger was in it right at the beginning and just desperately wanted to be part of it. And I'm honoured to be part of it. It really is quite emotional for me. And I don't want to suck up to him, but I mean, he's a legend.
He's a big movie
He's a
mogul.
legend. There should be a throne here. He should be sitting on it with a crown on.
Let's have a look at the film and the musical to see how similar and how faithful some parts are. Bob, was it hard to translate something for the stage that you invested so much for into the movie? I mean,
It was.
It was hard to let things go.
It was hard to let things go, but at the same time, it was a challenge, which I was excited about, to say, how do we do this on stage? What are the things that we can do on stage as good or better than the movie? And how do we solve some of these problems? Like, we can't show the time displays when they're programming the time machine. So what do? The DeLorean talks. So, it's voice activated. Doc says what date it's supposed to go to, and the DeLorean says November 5th, 1955. So everybody in the theater can hear it, and it works totally great. And so figuring that stuff out was a lot of fun. And it was also one of those things where you said, okay, we can't do the dog because what happens if the dog decides to start barking or do something that he's not supposed to do? We don't have the baby. We can't do the skateboard chase because we're asking the actor who plays Marty to sing, dance, act, be funny. We can't expect that he's going to be able to skateboard. And then what if he breaks his ankle, right? So we had to come up with something else for that. But we do all this other stuff from the movie, and we do all these dance numbers that are like nothing you've ever seen. The number that starts Act 2 called 21st Century is one of the greatest numbers you can imagine.
Who does that? Who does that in the show?
Last time I checked, it was you, but maybe you changed it.
People love talking about the inventions from the film, the ones that came true, the ones that are almost true. Is there something you would like? A hoverboard, maybe? The wearable specs? I mean, that's happened now, hasn't it?
Yeah, I like the mind reading equipment. I love that. You know, that huge mind reading hat.
So you can find out what the casting agents think.
Well, yeah. What Bob really thinks of our performance. Yes,
Viewer, what did he really think?
Yeah. But it's just loaded. It's a gift. It really is. You know, to be up there and doing it and playing such an iconic role. You know, great Scott, Marty. It's a time machine. Did you like that?
That's got to take a strain on the voice.
No, not at all. No. I'm used to that. I mean, like I say,
He's a professional.
I've been in 12 musicals. I've been in 7 in the West End. This is the biggest spectacular I've ever been part of.
It's wonderful to talk to you. You're at the Adelphi. Bob and Brian, thank you both so very much.
Thank you.
Come and see it as soon as you can, because Brian's only on a limited run, so get your tickets right away.
Future weather, Chris Page.
Come rain or shine, Octopus Energy sponsors ITV London weekday weather.
Hello there. Very good evening to you. After seeing some welcome spells of sunshine across the capital today, heavy showery rain moved its way in from the west, and we've still got some of those showers with us over the coming few hours before eventually it will clear off the scene. But after a very dry August, the rainfall, I'm sure, for many gardeners and growers is welcomed, and that's because high pressure has now been replaced with low pressure, spiralling in bands of cloud and outbreaks of showery rain. More showers actually to come as we work towards tomorrow, and just to keep an eye on this little feature here to the southwest of us as we work towards the end of the week, and by Friday could bring some further outbreaks of rain to the southeast corner. But for many, overnight tonight, the showery rain that we have seen is starting to clear off the scene. Clearer skies for all of us across the board, and underneath clearing skies could turn fairly chilly in the home counties. The touch of some shallow mist and fog to start first thing towards Gatwick as we start on Thursday morning. There will be some sunshine though from the word go. Notice though the showers get going from the south and west, and some of these showers will be heavy, denoted by the brighter colours of the yellows and the greens in there. The odd rumble of thunder is possible. Still a bit of a breeze coming in from the southwest at times too, but otherwise temperatures, well, down on today, just 19 to 21 degrees Celsius. 70 in Fahrenheit. There goes that little runner on Friday morning, which could bring some showery bursts of rain again. Dry though for a time before something much wetter actually arrives as we work towards the end of the week and in the first part of the weekend. Strong winds and heavy rain possible on Saturday. That will clear through to some brighter spells on Sunday, but then back to showers for Monday. Take care.
Octopus Energy sponsors ITV London weekday weather.
And finally, it's estimated 5 billion photos are taken every day around the world, more than 2 trillion annually. And smartphones account for 90% of them, with most of those never looked at ever again. But in a world of digital, Mr. CAD in Pimlico is leading the fight back, keeping film photography alive. Gemma Creeley's been to meet the man behind one of London's hidden gems.
I got this when I was about 13 from my late father.
In a digital world, there's Mr. CAD.
Good morning, how can I help you?
Tucked away in the heart of Pimlico, Mr. CAD is keeping film photography alive.
Today we won't publish. They're not doing it. They're not producing photo albums. Taking millions of pictures, leaving them on their phone.
We've lost the art and beauty of photography.
That's why people are coming back to us.
Mr. CAD's owner, Alex Falk, opened his first shop in 1962. After decades and several locations, his legacy lives on through Mr. CAD, now in a smaller environment filled with hidden treasures.
I don't like digital, which is why we left Croydon in the first place. We helped launch digital, but it didn't appeal to us, didn't appeal to me. I much prefer being interactive with film.
Alex and his team are passing on their expertise to a new generation.
That was a roll of film, right? And the size of negative was there.
With film shops disappearing from the high street, Mr. Cad shows that film photography is still developing. They attract customers from across the city and around the world.
I like the way they've kept things. It's almost like an ordered chaos.
I'm trying to get digital picture, looking like film.
Went through our old sort of 6x4 prints, and I thought it was really sad that I had all these memories from when I was sort of a very small child, but sort of when digital cameras became a thing, we didn't really have any more photos from that sort of era. So my mum gave me her old point and shoot camera. I was able to go back to football, taking photos at every single game I attended, and just straight away I realised it was so important to document these moments.
This is much more creative because you can make mistakes. Much more fun.
Gemma Creeley, ITV News, Pimlico.
And that is it from us. The evening news is next with Mary. From all of us on the London team, thank you for watching. Do have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.